Back with another Savage stream. Thanks to everyone tuning in and checking out. I had the wrong screen on there. Checking out my videos, checking out my streams. You guys are all like super rock stars around here. Let me know if I didn't even adjust the camera, but it looks all right on my screen. Let me know if it looks okay on yours too. Yeah, I didn't do my normal adjustment, but it looks all right. So I think I'll just go with it. All right. Let me know if the sound's good. Let me know if the video is good, and we will rock on here. Yeah, thanks to everybody liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel, liking and sharing my videos, commenting on the videos. I've been doing a lot of comments lately, replying to comments, which is awesome. And emails, spending some time doing that as well. You guys are really hitting me with some tough questions sometimes. It's a little bit of a challenge, so it's good. But yeah, thanks so much for all the subscriptions and stuff. I went over 4,230 subscribers, something like that. Crazy, mind-blowing for me anyway, because like I've gained more in the past 1 month than I normally would gain in like a year. So a lot of that was because of Red Panda Mining. He like sub-bombed me. He had like, I don't know, 500 or more. I can't remember how many he had on that stream, but he directed them over to to my channel and like helped me out a lot as far as subs go. So I appreciate that. Thanks, Red Panda. Pretty awesome. So hopefully everybody's doing well. The markets are kind of sideways for the most part. I mean, there's a little bit of movement here and there, but I'm not really a analyst or anything. But it seems like things are kind of, there's a few like highlights, but for the most part, it's kind of not really too much to talk about there. In this video, this is supposed to have been done last night. So this is normally the Monday Ethereum Classic weekly breakdown, because I built that rig, Kajimi rig. That is, I don't know what that is. That, hang on a second. I'm trying to figure out what that notification is coming from. It's Discord and all that stuff is off, so I think it's actually this wallet here. So I'm gonna shut that down. We'll see if that sound comes back up. Anyway, so built that rig and I dedicated it to Ethereum Classic because at the time that I bought all the components, it was actually during the time that they were forking to ETC hash, which was kind of exciting, kind of cool, that they were doing that. To help prevent the 51% attacks and all that stuff, because basically what they did was they went to an algorithm that NiceHash wasn't going to support. So because NiceHash didn't support it, there wasn't a way for someone to easily purchase enough hash power to actually 51% attack them. So that's kind of the way that stuff goes. But yeah, so I built a rig. Let's talk about the hardware and stuff like that. Let's actually jump into that right now. I'll check the chat in just a second to make sure everything's okay over there. But I wanted to show the actual hardware here. And what I've done here, I'm going to check the chat, make sure everything's okay over here. What is up, everybody? What's up, Nicholas? What's up, Kazaku? Chancoin, what's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in and modding the channel for me, making sure that these other 6 folks or 5 folks are acting right over there. Appreciate it, Chancoin. So this is the hardware for the rig. Now what I did here was I added a column here, basically like today's price. No, as far as I know, they are not doing ETC hash. They're doing ETH hash, of course. They've always done that, but ETC hash is a slightly modified ETH hash, Dagger Hashimoto. It's a slightly modified algorithm compared to ETH hash. So I don't think you can purchase ETC hash on NiceHash. I could be wrong. Chancoin would probably know. He looked this stuff up like super fast, but I'm pretty sure that they don't have it over there because, yeah. I think that they agreed with Ethereum Classic Foundation or developers to not support it. Now, if it becomes super profitable, then obviously they probably would. But at this time, I guess that they're not. So let's see here. Another question. Oh, Chancoin. Yes, I actually do want to talk about that, but I'm going to get towards the end where we talk about maybe switching this over to something else. We'll think about it. Chancoin, is that a Discord notification? I keep getting that, and I cannot find any. It must be Telegram. You know, let's put Telegram. That's probably what it was. Okay. All right. I'm not. I'd normally have all the notifications turned off, so whenever it was basically running like Telegram and Discord and all that stuff, I never heard anything. And then I made some changes to some of my settings, and then ever since I've heard that sound, and I wasn't sure if it was Telegram or Discord, or possibly Telegram, so I think I just shut that down. So should be good now. Hopefully that won't interrupt us. Okay, so we are looking at the hardware here. Let me know if I need to zoom up on this. I know it's a little small, but this was what I paid for the items, right, in green here. And then what's in red is what those items cost approximately right now. Okay, so if you total up like what I'm looking at here, I bought these GPUs. These are P10690s, which, listen, let's be completely honest. I'm going to be straight up front with you guys. Do not go and buy these, especially at the prices that they are right now. Okay, I mean, I know that people are really struggling and they want hardware, but honestly, I would, if you are looking to mine, I would probably, instead of spending the money on the hardware right now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm straight up with you guys, I would probably just put it into whatever the project is you were thinking about mining. So in other words, if you're thinking about buying Ethereum or mining Ethereum, just buy Ethereum, because the hardware prices are out of control. This is a really good example right here. There's another notification. Let's see if I can figure this out. Okay, so I don't have anything running other than, I do have email. Hang on, let me turn that off. I think I've got something hung, like a notification that's actually hung for some reason. It's odd. Let's see if I can. It's not that. Yeah, it's weird. Okay, if it keeps coming up, I'll have to really check that out and figure out what it is. It sounds like a wallet. It sounds like a deposit, you know, is what the sound actually sounds like, but I don't know what it is. I know that's silly, but you know, anyway, I have a lot of stuff going on this computer. So all right, so back to what I was saying. I would not recommend you purchase hardware at the current prices. It is absolutely insane. You can see right here, I've got some listed here. I looked some of these up on like eBay. Like if we head over here to eBay and look up a P10690 and go for like the ones that are already sold, so completed items and sold items over here, so you can kind of get a better feel for what is actually out there. We'll do a buy it now also. See if that stayed. Yep. So you can look right here. They obviously, these are selling for, now these cards are like 4 years old and they don't mine Ethereum because they're not, the 3 gig cards are, the memory is not enough to load the DAG, the directed acyclic graph file for Ethereum. So they are useless on Ethereum. They do still mine ETC, Ethereum Classic, and a host of other algorithms like Raven. I think there's a few of them out there. But I mean, look at these prices: 150, 190, 150. So I think I put 150 on the sheet. Yeah, 150 was about the average that I saw. So I paid either 30. I couldn't remember if it's $34.99 or $39.99. Doesn't really matter that much. It's only $5, but I am actually thinking about selling these cards, because if I can get $150 for them, that is that's like a 4x on that hardware, and you don't really see that too often. I mean, even with new GPUs today, that their MSRP was, say, supposed to be $249 or $349, like the 3060. I mean, you're not seeing those cards go for $1,500, right? So that's kind of like the comparison there for what I'm seeing here. If I could sell these cards for $150, I probably will do it. I might throw one out there just to see what happens. But yeah, insane prices. So that is the P1. That's the GPU. Now check out the actual motherboard. So the motherboard I got in this rig is an ASRock H110 Pro BTC Plus, my favorite motherboard. Let's go check out those prices. Huh. Okay. Yeah. Not too many words for this, guys. This is insane. These motherboards, I'm not gonna lie, in March or April of last year, these motherboards were $35. $35. I was gonna buy like 10 of them. There's that notification again. I gotta figure this out. I was gonna buy like 10 of them, and I didn't. I knew I should have whenever I saw that they were $35, but they typically, I think the MSRP on these wasn't that bad. I think it was like 79 if I remember right. Might have been 99 or something like that. I remember seeing them brand new. I don't remember the actual MSRP, but $450 for these. That is, I mean, come on, guys, that is crazy. So I've got 400 here. That's a little low, right? But anyway, then you got the memory. The memory's about even. You know, memory as far as like this type of memory has been pretty consistent. The GPU's been, or I'm sorry, the CPU has been pretty consistent. It's a little bit less now. The risers you would think would be more. They're actually not too bad. They're sitting around, you know, $45 for a 6-pack of. Actually, this is 2, so that should be like $80. Actually, you know what? That's true. So these have actually gone up because I've got ×2 on here. So they were probably $25 each whenever I bought them. So we're probably looking at like $80 over here, but I'm not going to mess with the numbers right now. Then you got the USB, the power supply gone up a little bit, not too bad. A little bit of this probably due to, what was that called? I'm going to forget the name. The taxes for overseas shipment and all that. That's probably what some of that is. And then you got the HP power supply, still about the same. And pretty much everything else except for the frame. Okay, so check this out. Oh my gosh, this is insane. All right, so let's go check out the 6 GPU Veta frame, which I got mine for somewhere around, I think, $29 or $30. I think I got 3. No, you know what? They were on sale. The last time I purchased them, the 6 GPU Veta frames were on sale on Amazon. It was probably in March or April of last year for $20 each. I remember I bought 3 of them for $60. So I was not as lucky as Red Panda. Red Panda got like 20 or 30 or 40 of these things for like $10 each or something. Some crazy amount. I told him he's sitting on a freaking gold mine right now. It's insane, but yeah, so it's looking like they are. See, this is buy it now and completed. I mean, they're selling for $329, $160, $349. That's an 8 GPU though. 6 GPUs, 200 here, 200 here. I think I put 200 on the sheet. Yeah, 200. So that was about the average that I saw. So long story short, without making the video too long, I paid about $1,183 for this rig. 10 GPUs. I actually bought 11, but one of them went bad. So 1183, and you can build this rig for the low price right now, 2944. So that is more than doubled in cost, which is insane if you think about it. What's up, Red Panda? Yeah, your ears were burning for sure. I was talking about all that gold mine of Veta 6 GPU frames you got over there, if you still have them. They're selling for like 200 each, man. Red Panda is in Canada. All right, so let's get over here to the actual spreadsheet again. And basically all we do in this video, I mean, it's pretty simple. I know I'm kind of going a little bit off on a tangent, kind of giving some background on the hardware. And I think it's just important for people to understand what is going on in the hardware landscape right now, hardware scape right now, because this is, you know, this is not sustainable, guys. This is gonna hurt really bad whenever this stuff falls apart, because it is not going to keep going like this. I mean, I'm not going to say it's short term. It could be long term. It could be, and by long term I mean 6 months. You know, you might see stuff like this, and it might get even worse than it is right now as far as you know, overpaying for hardware. It probably will get worse before it gets better, but I think that we are going to see some heavy capitulation, man. There's so many things going on that could just absolutely wreck the hardware space. Hardware availability is already wrecking us, but there's a lot that could happen that with Ethereum mining, with you know, EIP 1559, Ice Age, all that stuff could really do some damage here. So on everything, but it's not going to happen like instantly, right? This stuff kind of takes time to work out, so you're going to have a little bit of time. Like, I've been watching these prices and these $35 GPUs that I got, you know, like I said earlier, 150. I mean, if that hits 175 as like an average, I would probably dump all of them, or at least try to. Maybe I'll try to sell one and just see what happens. But yeah, this is not going to, it's not sustainable, and it's not going to end well, in my opinion. So none of this is like, you know, financial advice. You do you, boo. But you know, it is what it is. People, the example I give, there's a really great, or there was an article. Whenever the 2008, I know I'm going like way off script here, but in 2008, you know, whenever the financial crisis hit, housing market and all that stuff in the United States, there was one of the indicators that one of the people that shorted the market, that shorted the housing market, one of the indicators that they used to determine that they should short it was they went into this office where they were doing these what do they call them, what kind of loans were they, like the risky loans? I forget the name of them. Basically what crashed the whole market was these super risky home loans, right? So they went in there and they were asking questions to some of the people that were signing people up for these loans, these risky loans. And he asked them, the shorter, the investor, asked one of the workers there, I'm using all the wrong language, but you guys understand what I'm saying. He asked him, like, okay, so, you know, when do you think that this is going to end? And the guy looked at him and said, it's never going to end. There is no end to this. It will continue on forever. And that was his indication that it's time to short, right? So point being is that this is not sustainable. The hardware prices, the rewards from mining Ethereum, all this stuff, it's going to slow down. It has to, because it's not sustainable the way it is right now. The hardware costs, the profits, and all that stuff can't work. It can't keep going like this, guys. All right, so as much as we would love it to, that would be awesome, but it's not going to, in my opinion. But none of this is like, you know, financial advice or none of that stuff. You guys know that. All right, so I did this build. This is, like I was saying earlier, this is Kajimi. I name all the rigs after Star Wars planets, and this is just one of them. And this was the build here. So you can check out that video. I'll drop that link in the chat over there. I'm trying not to get too distracted by chat, so you guys don't, I mean, tag me if you want to, but Kazaku, I don't know a lot about Cortex. What's up, Max Voltage? I would have to do a little bit of research on Cortex. I know some folks have been mentioning it, but I have not done my research on that yet. So this is the rig build video. It's only about 12 minutes long, 12 and a half minutes long. Just goes over the building of Kajimi here. All right, so that's the build. Now let's look at the actual, let's see here. Let's look at some hash rate for Ethereum Classic. Because I noticed that it was kind of dipping here. This is a week view. We could go with a month here. Had a pretty good little increase here whenever the profits were higher, right? So, but as time went on, it kind of did decrease. And then it had a huge decrease here, 20 or 30%. And then now it's leveling out a little bit here, but you know, so the profits are a little bit higher, I guess, now than they were, or possibly. We'll look at difficulty in a minute, but this is just overall hash rate. So whenever Ethereum Classic went up to $15 or $14 or wherever it was, maybe even higher than that, you know, there was more people mining it then. And then just like all things, just like I was talking about earlier, with things kind of cooling off and coming back to, you know, the whole equilibrium, you know, it's kind of cooled off a little bit here. So the difficulty, I think it looks very similar. We'll go with a month. Yeah, so see, the difficulty is very similar. And so this is why maybe we're still decently profitable, which we'll find out in a couple minutes here. So if we go back over to the Google Sheet, I've got the mining rewards broken down over here. So you can see we started this whole scenario on November 30th. And this is, oh, thanks, Rondi. Thanks for the super chat. Let me see if you mentioned anything or said anything. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I try. I've been a little inconsistent lately. The weekend kind of killed me because there was a lot of the whole EIP 1559, MEV, all that stuff content over the weekend, and it was draining, you know, to say the least. Just having to keep up with it, the conference, you know, the Zoom calls and all that stuff, and then talking about it afterwards and stuff. So I was a little bit. Plus, I did some shirt design and stuff like that. So I've been super busy. So last night I wasn't able to. I just couldn't do it. I was just out of it. I was like, I don't even want to do, you know, live stream tonight. And I was thinking about it the other day. I've been live streaming for almost every weeknight. Okay. Now, yeah, I miss some every now and then, like last night. But for the most part, every weeknight for about 2 years, maybe even longer than that. I'd have to go back and look, but I think I started the live streaming more, yeah, it was more than 2 years ago, because it would have been in March. Let's see, the March of 19. Yeah, it was definitely before that. So more than 2 years that I've been doing this live streaming, trying to do live stream every weeknight, and I haven't missed that many. But anyway, so yeah, super dedicated to you guys. Let's see. Shancoin, if you're talking to me about those GPUs, I kind of feel the same way, because I could take the profits from that and flip it into something and maybe not even really lose any hash rate. You know, overall, I would definitely gain the ability for, you know, to have a card that's worth more, and my theoretical break-even point would be lower, because I would be able to, if I wanted to sell those cards in the future, I could. And these I'm not going to be able to. So these are like dinosaur, you know, GPU. But there, hey, if you've got cheap or free electric, these cards are perfect because they're not that expensive and they do pretty decent on a lot of different projects, just not Ethereum, unfortunately. So, what's up, Sin Before? Thanks for tuning in from the Philippines. That's awesome. Hey, Crypto Jason, what is up, man? All right, y'all are getting me off track. Let me turn off the live chat because y'all are gonna distract me too much. All right, it's not your fault, it's my fault. You know, the way the brain works. All right, so let's look at these profits over here. And I use mine to the Zelcore wallet. Oh, let me show you this real quick too. Now these are going to be hot right now because I got the door closed. So yeah, 77. I might want to turn this rig off, but this is the rig right here. Kajimi. You can see the hash rate, overclock settings, and these are super hot. Probably because of how the fan is in there. Let me actually let me do this real quick. Give me just a second. Okay, we might be able to see them cool off a little bit. This is what it looks like in real time here. So there's the rig in the vault over there. I still haven't done the cable management, cleanup, or anything like that because, you know, whenever these rigs are on and mining at this point because of the profits, maybe not so much on this one. I probably could take this one down and still be okay because it's not like it's not like making $40 a day or anything. So yeah, it's like once they're up and running now, I don't touch them. You know, if they're hashing rate, I mean, look at these other rigs here, 15 days. Let me get the desktop here. So 15 days uptime, no problems at all. I let them eat, man. I just let them eat. I don't mess with them at all. Once the profitability goes down and things aren't as great as it is right now, I would probably take these rigs down and do a lot of maintenance and cable management and stuff because I have messed with them over the last few months. So yeah, I adjusted the fan in there, so now it's cooling off a little bit. Okay, so here's the hardware. You guys can see what's up. 3 gig cards, P10690s, super old cards, mining edition. You can see that on the video. There's no video output on these cards. They're mining only. All right, so that is the hardware. And then you can see that, I'll show you the flight sheet here real quick, show you where we're going. You can see that we're mining on Hive on Pool. And the wallet address, ZD5. This is the mining wallet that I'm using, and that's Zelcore. All right, so I think the way I want to do this is do like this. I don't like how this actually takes up the whole screen like that. Let me see here. All right. And just spread this out a little bit. I like to take as much room as possible. I don't like things sitting in front of each other like that because it gets a little confusing. All right, so that should be a little bit better. So what was the last payout that we got? It looks like it was the last one that we did was on 2/21, February 21st. So we've got 4 payouts since the last one. Okay, so since last Monday. Yeah, I know this is Tuesday and we're one day ahead, but anyway, so we got to go to the 2/24 2021 payout. And just so you know, I don't really worry too much about the electric. I'll calculate that at some point. I'm not saying that it's not important. It's super important, but in this case, we're just trying to get back or reclaim some of the hardware costs. I can calculate the monthly electric here. It's about $81 a month to run this rig. You know, being on 24 hours a day like it is, it's about $81 USD. It's about $271 a day because I pay 10.3 cents per kilowatt hour. So there you go. All right. So we'll calculate this in at some point. I just want to throw it up here so that you guys can see what's up. So let's go ahead and add in our recent payouts here. So we're going to go with, what was the first one? 24th. So it's this one right here. And you can see this on Hive on Pool as well. If we come back over here, we will go to, I think I can just click right there, yeah. Is this accurate? This looks accurate. Maybe they fixed it. No, see, the ETH is still messed up. That's weird. See, the ETH should be showing me some information here, but it's not. So we'll go back to ETC. Okay, all right. So from here, this is pulling data from Hive on Pool. You know, you can come over here and go to Hive on Pool as well. And this is basically the same info, just on the pool side. It just pulls this information into HiveOS, the dashboard here, which is super convenient. I'm gonna go to payouts, and then we'll come down here, 24th. I'm gonna grab this amount right here, 1.519. $1.519. You can see it matches over here. So then we're going to plug that into the spreadsheet. And then the value of ETC at that time, people hate me for this, but I have to, there's no way of, someone mentioned this, but I didn't see that there's a way of seeing how much the value was at the time of the payout. Apparently, like the Exodus wallet, I guess it has that feature where it tells you the old price and the new price, but this Zelcore does not do that. I tried to export thinking that maybe in the export it would show it, but it doesn't. And actually it fails to even export, so I don't know what's going on with that. But so I kind of have to just guess here. So we're going to go 24 Feb at 2:36. So I just come over here like this, and we say, okay, it's about 11.97. Wait, that's 23rd. 24th. So we're going to say 12.02. All right, and then you see everything change. And let's see, did this right here, I'll have to update. Hang on a second. Let me grab that because it only goes through 38. It needs to go through, we'll just make it through 50. Yikes. All right, give me a second. I don't know how to do that. Go with 42. All right, there we go. So that should add up, and then we should see our total over here. Now there are a couple of extra ETC in here because there were a couple of ETC whenever we started this whole endeavor. So now we've got 836 left to pay for the rig, basically, as it stands right now. So that's one payout, and that was, it looks like there's 3 days in between these two, 2 days, 2 days, and then 3 days again. Sometimes I miss the payout because of how you have to have at least one ETC for the payout, one minimum, I believe. So occasionally I don't meet that one ETC in 2 days, it takes a full, you know, another day, another half a day to actually make that 1.5 or 1 payout, and then by that time it's 1.5. So that's why you see it like it is over here, where it says 1.5, and then you got 3 with 1. So these were all 2 days actually. Yeah, these were all 2-day payouts. This is a 3-day, or this is a 3-day right here. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, so we're looking at the second one. We got 226. Back over here. This was at 204. It doesn't match the time because I put the time that it was actually in the wallet, not the payout time. So now we have to know what the value was on the 26 at 238. $10.62 it looks like. All right, number going up, number go up over here, so that's good. All right, 228 is the next one. All right. Yeah, and I pre-filled some of this so that it wasn't messing around with it on the stream here, wasting everybody's time. So we're gonna go, what do we need to see? We need to see the value of ETC on the 28th at 237. 1025. And this can help you determine whether or not you should sell it, you should have sold it, or if you would have made more if you sold the ETC at the time that you earned it, right? So that's what this value can help with, total value USD in here. So now we'll go with the last one, which is, I keep clicking on the wrong one. March 2nd at 217. $10.92. All right, so we're almost down to 800. It looks like we have made roughly $5.95 minus electric. So we've been doing this about 3 months. So we're looking at 240 something in electric. So we technically have only made about 250 bucks, 270 bucks, something like that, after electric. But we've got 50% to break even roughly. And if you look at right here, it says 46.5 ETC earned, and we're at 47.8. Like I said, there's a couple in there to start. So we are on track here. Now, I'm gonna do, I think I'll do a poll on my YouTube here to find out if you guys maybe want to switch this over to something else. Let's maybe try Raven, or we could go and look on what to mine. They don't have P10690s. We could go to like MinerStat. I believe MinerStat does, but you can kind of get a little bit of an idea right here on what to mine by the 1050 Ti, although it's a little bit inaccurate. For example, now on Ethash it's okay, but look at what it said. Oh wait, here we go. So it says for the 1050 Ti, it says the 4G, and this is a 4 gig card, I believe. It says 13. Technically, we're getting like 23, I think, right? Yeah, 21.5. Okay. So that is somewhat inaccurate. I don't know how we could Does anybody know what it gets on, what a P10690 gets on CowPow? I mean, we might be able to do Xano or Ravencoin, Zell. I don't know. Maybe I'll do maybe we'll do a poll. I'll poll some of these and then see what you guys think. And then maybe next week the video will actually be not only the previous week, but also like switching it to something else, that's exciting. I always like switching the rig over to something else. Yeah, so we might do something like that. That's true too. We could do CCX or Rio or yeah, any of those. Maybe I'll do the poll and do like an other, and then I don't know if you get to comment on it. I don't know how the polls work. Maybe there's a poll. There's probably a way I can do it. Maybe I'll do it on Twitter too, so we can get a feel for what people think. I mean, obviously Ravencoin and Xano is probably gonna be the most profitable for those cards, but I'd like to see what their performance was. I mean, we can go to MinerSet and see, probably. I think MinerSet has like a hardware, right? They have a way to click on hardware over there. Dave Gowd, so the numbers are right for a P10690 using the 1050 Ti on what's mine? I don't see them on here anymore. I think they were on here at one time. I got the 100s on here. Yeah, see, they're so old, they're not even on the list anymore. All right. Yeah, so yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll do that. I don't want to make this video too long. I wanted it to be a lot shorter than this. It's already 45 minutes, guys. It's too much. Techie Soul Corp. I did this because at the time that I built the rig, it was whenever ETC just switched over to ETC hash, and it was at the time pretty profitable, and I got the hardware for super cheap. So I wanted to kind of dedicate the rig. That's what the whole idea was, but at this point it doesn't really make sense to, because there are more profitable things out there. So that's why I'm thinking about maybe we'll switch it to something else just to have some fun. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I will see you guys tomorrow night at the same time, 9:30 Eastern time. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Oh my gosh, taxes. Yeah, forget that. Forget that, Max. I like ghost my accountant. They're always asking for stuff. I'm like, yeah, no, sorry. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow night. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out. If you thought that this was useful or anything like that, or entertaining, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and all that cool stuff that you guys do to support the channel. It's really nice of y'all to do that. Thanks for the super chat, and I will see you guys tomorrow night. Stay savage, everybody.